Did you know that INFJs, the rarest personality type representing only 1.5% of the population, tend to have fewer friends than any other personality type? This might seem surprising at first, but when we delve deeper into the unique characteristics and tendencies of an INFJ, it begins to make sense. INFJs, or introverted intuitive feeling judging types, are known for their rich inner worlds, empathetic nature, and profound understanding of people and concepts. It's not that they're antisocial or don't enjoy company, but rather, they prefer quality over quantity in their relationships. This video will explore 13 compelling reasons why INFJs typically have smaller social circles. From their preference for deep, meaningful conversations to their tendency to absorb emotions, each reason paints a detailed picture of the INFJ's social landscape. Intriguing, isn't it? So what makes INFJs such unique social entities? Let's delve into it. Meet Alex, an INFJ who prefers deep, meaningful conversations over small talk. Alex is not your average social butterfly. He's more like a depth seeker, diving into the profound layers of the human psyche instead of skimming the surface with idle chatter. For Alex, relationships are not about quantity, but quality. Imagine a world where conversations are like oceans. Most people are content to splash about in the shallows, but not Alex. He's the diver, plunging into the abyss, exploring the intricate coral reefs of thoughts, feelings, and dreams that lie beneath the surface. But this depth-seeking nature comes at a cost. It often leads to smaller social circles. Why? Because not everyone is willing or able to dive deep. For many, the shallows are safe and comfortable, but for Alex, they're just empty. For him, one deep, meaningful relationship is worth more than 1,000 shallow ones. Now let's talk about Sam, another INFJ who values his alone time. Just like Sam, many INFJs cherish their solitude. You see, INFJs are like rechargeable batteries. They thrive on their internal energy, but once it's depleted, they need to retreat to their quiet, peaceful sanctuary to recharge. This doesn't mean they despise social interactions, far from it. They enjoy meaningful conversations and connections, but these encounters can quickly drain them. Imagine a cup of water slowly being emptied. Each conversation, each interaction takes a little bit of that water away. Eventually, the cup will empty and they'll need to refill it. That's when they retreat into their solitude, refilling their energy. It's not a reflection of disdain for company, but a necessary survival mechanism. They're conserving their energy, ensuring they're at their best when they do engage with others. For Sam, solitude isn't loneliness, but a necessary recharge. Imagine feeling the emotions of those around you. This is the reality for INFJs like Maria. Picture this. Maria sits in a bustling coffee shop surrounded by the chatter and clatter of the crowd. But it's not the noise that overwhelms her. It's the wave of emotions she picks up from each person. As an INFJ, Maria is an emotional sponge. She absorbs feelings like a dry cloth sops up water. The joy from the couple on a first date, the stress from the man hunched over his laptop, the excitement of a group planning a trip. Each emotion, no matter how fleeting or subtle, is sensed and internalized by Maria. This emotional absorption can be exhausting. It's like carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders, making socializing a draining endeavor. But it's not all doom and gloom. Maria's deep empathy also allows her to connect with people on a profound level, offering comfort and understanding like no one else can. For Maria, feeling everything so deeply is both a curse and a blessing. Ever met someone who wants to be the perfect friend? Meet Lisa, an INFJ. Lisa, like many INFJs, is driven by an internal compass that directs her towards perfection in every aspect of her life, especially in her relationships. You see, for INFJs, friendships are not taken lightly. They are profound commitments, sacred bonds, and they'll go to great lengths to nurture them. They pay attention to the smallest details, remember important dates, and always strive to be there when you need them. They give their all, expecting nothing less in return. However, this relentless pursuit of perfection can be both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it makes INFJs incredibly loyal and devoted friends. On the other, it can lead to disappointment when others fail to meet their high standards. This can result in INFJs feeling let down, leading them to withdraw and limit their circle of friends. For Lisa, being a friend means giving it her all, even if it means having fewer friends. Now let's introduce John, an INFJ who is a social chameleon. You see, John is incredibly adept at reading rooms and adjusting his behavior to match the vibe. He's the guy who can float effortlessly from group to group, seamlessly blending in wherever he lands. But here's the catch. While John's chameleon-like abilities allow him to navigate social situations with ease, they often prevent him from forming deep, meaningful connections. He's so focused on fitting in, on not rocking the boat, that he rarely reveals his true self. His conversations are often surface level, lacking the depth and intimacy that INFJs crave. John's story is a common one among INFJs. They're masters of disguise, able to adopt whatever persona is required in the moment. But behind the ever-changing facade, there's a longing for authentic connections, for friendships that go beyond the superficial. For John, blending in is a survival technique, not a way to make friends. Ever known someone who dreams of an ideal world? Meet Sarah, an INFJ. Sarah's mind is a sanctuary where lofty ideals and visions for a perfect world reside. Being an INFJ, she envisions a world full of harmony, understanding, and mutual respect. She dreams of relationships that are deep, meaningful, and free from superficiality. But here lies the problem. The world isn't as ideal as Sarah imagines it to be. People are flawed, relationships can be shallow, and harmony is often disrupted by discord. This reality can be hard to swallow for an INFJ like Sarah. The gap between the ideal and the real can lead to disappointment, which often results in a retreat from the world. This idealistic nature of INFJs like Sarah can make it difficult for them to form many friendships. They seek meaningful connections rooted in mutual understanding and shared ideals. But when these expectations aren't met, it can lead to a sense of disillusionment and loneliness. For Sarah, her idealism is a compass, even if it sometimes leads her astray. Having fewer friends doesn't mean INFJs are lonely or unhappy. Quite the contrary, in fact. As we've explored throughout this video, INFJs are an intriguing blend of qualities and contradictions. They are introverts who crave meaningful connections, depth seekers who thrive on profound interactions, and energy conservers who choose to invest wisely in their relationships. They absorb the emotions around them like sponges, and yet they have the uncanny ability to morph into social chameleons when situations warrant. INFJs are perfectionists in friendship, expecting the same level of commitment and understanding that they are willing to give. And as idealists, they often grapple with the dilemma of an imperfect world that doesn't always align with their high principles. But here's the crux of the matter. INFJs see these not as weaknesses, but as strengths. They value quality over quantity in relationships, and this perspective guides their interactions. It's not about having a large circle of friends for them. It's about having deep, meaningful connections. Their introverted nature enables them to focus on what's important, to dive deep into relationships, and to truly understand the people they connect with. Their ability to conserve energy means they give their all to the relationships they care about. Their emotional sponge-like nature allows them to empathize deeply, a trait that makes them incredibly valuable friends. As social chameleons, they can adapt, fitting into different social situations while still remaining true to themselves. Their perfectionism in friendships ensures that they are loyal, dedicated, and committed friends. And their idealistic nature, while sometimes leading to disappointment, also fuels their relentless pursuit of creating meaningful, authentic connections. So, do you know an INFJ, or are you one? Share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. Remember, it's not about the number of friends, but the depth of the relationship. After all, in a world where superficial connections are often the norm, INFJs remind us of the beauty and value of depth, authenticity, and meaningful connections.